Hey everyone, welcome to Escar's Conclave Guide version 2. The goal for this first episode is to teach you all the basics of Conclave, so that you can have a good time playing and learning from experience. I'm going to make sure you have your loadout set up, that you know what to do at a match, and if you have a difficult time with something, you can figure out why and work around it. So that's the plan, and I hope you enjoy. In Conclave, most weapons and warframes are available to use, but they all have altered stats and mod options from what's usable in the rest of the game. Some stats like status chance and the crit stats are removed, while there are some new stats like mobility and headshot multiplier, which represent the speed of your parkour moves and the damage multiplier when hitting headshots respectively. Besides those altered stats, the functions of certain things are also altered. For example, there's no innate damage reduction gained from gained during rolls and bullet jumps, although there are mods which can apply those effects in exchange for some mobility. Some abilities and special weapons are also altered or disabled. If you want to access Conclave, you can use the terminal behind the one for the market, and it will show all the different Conclave options. This guide series will have info that's relevant to all the modes except for Lunaro, because it's very different and I don't personally play it. Right below your selection of loadouts is an option to use the Conclave Arsenal. That's how you create and edit Conclave loadouts, and it works just like the normal Arsenal. You start with just one loadout, but you'll gain a new loadout slot each time you rank up in the Conclave Syndicate. You can rank up by visiting the Conclave section of a relay and talking to Teshin. There's a standing and resource requirement for each rank, just like most other syndicates. During a match, your objective will usually be to collect Oro, which spawns where a player dies and usually moves towards whoever killed said player. In Annihilation, it's your job to have the most Oro by the end of the match, or get 25 Oro, which will end the match at that point. And in Team Annihilation, the team with more Oro by the end of the match, or the team who gets to 50 Oro wins. Cephalon Capture is the exception since it doesn't have Oro. Instead, your objective is to get the opposing team's Cephalon and bring it back to where your Cephalon is supposed to be. You can only successfully capture the opposing team's Cephalon if your own Cephalon is in that spot. If you care about stats shown in your profile, it's also worth knowing that only kills and deaths are displayed there, with nothing representing Oro or Cephalon captured, so you can use that information how you will. With all that in mind, there's a wide variety of skills to use and ways to play, which makes most players distinct in some way. For example, some people mainly rely on their shooting accuracy, which is a really good skill to have and use, but plenty of people also get out without it, to the point that some players can do really well with just melee. You can very much choose how you want to play and be successful that way given enough effort. When you do play, it's worth figuring out what you can do and how you can use it to your advantage. Like if you're good with a certain gun, you can try to stay within its effective range, and maybe even use a warframe that will help you to do that. And if you're good with a certain warframe's abilities, you can use weapons which complement their damage types and effects. I personally got into Conclave using what I mainly use in PvE, like Oberon and Ogress, and those are still some of what I use best to this day. But also, by using what complemented them, I learned to use more things than I did before, and it generally just improved my skills overall. I'm pretty confident that most people can find success in a similar way. If you do decide to play some Conclave with this stuff in mind, I'd love to know how it goes, and if you need any additional info, you can look out for more guides from me. I'll be talking about more specific stuff like aiming, movement, specific weapon categories, and warframes. Alongside that, I also recommend going to the Conclave Discord server, which I'll link in the description. You can personally talk to a lot of players there, and continuously get some up-to-date info. I also think it's just an enjoyable place to be, so that's all for now. I'll talk to you all later.